Hi, my tubies, Teletubbies. Again, Sheila Truelove, and I am here to help you appreciate your singleness or your getting away from the narcissist. Yeah, I'm going to show you reasons why you should be happy that the narcissist is no longer in your life.
A story you've seen only on two. A man convicted of intentionally infecting his ex-girlfriend with HIV learned his sentence earlier today.
Channel 2 Investigates broke this story back in 2016. Investigator Robert Arnold in the newsroom now with reaction from the woman whose life was forever changed by this crime. Robert.
Yeah, Sarita Anderson has waited 2 years for this day. In 2016, she contacted Channel 2 Investigates after testing positive for HIV and suspecting her ex-boyfriend infected her intentionally. Sarita Anderson took the stand, making a victim impact statement against the man she says she once loved, the man who she now says destroyed her life.
The catastrophic chain of events that led me to down spiral. I had to dig myself out of that hole, and basically I feel like the old me died.
Her ex-boyfriend, Karim Tyson Zahakani, pleaded guilty to aggravated assault of a family member with serious bodily injury. Prosecutors say he knowingly infected Sarita with HIV. We first brought you Sarita's story in 2016. After that, other women came forward.
At least 8. Some had pictures, some had videos, and he was even going by another name.
Two of the women who reached out to Sarita sat side by side.
Now, this is what I'm talking about when I tell my tubies and my Teletubbies, you're better off getting yourself a dildo, honey, and handle your own business. People want to look at me like I'm cray cray or whatever. I don't give a doggone. But I bet you one thing, I'm not sitting around here worried about, oh my God, I got to go get tested. I'm not sitting up here going through none of that nonsense. These people out here are crazy. You have all of these people who, when you meet guys these days, let me tell you what their latest pickup line is. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, you smoke? Yeah, do you smoke? They always want to find out whether you have some type of drug habit or if you're some freaking full-blown alcoholic. Of course they want you like that because you're not you have let your guard down. You know what I mean? Especially these stupid people who are infected with the virus. Most of them are drug addicts anyway. And this is what I keep trying to tell my tubies and tell people, but nobody's listening. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to find yourself sitting in this very same position. Keep playing.
Women who reached out to Sarita sat side by side with her today in court as the judge sentenced Zahakani to 30 years in prison. Zahakani will receive credit for time served, and Sarita says she can finally close this chapter of her life. But she still worries there are more victims out there and has this message for them.
You are the only person that can keep yourself safe. Don't depend on your life is yours to protect.
Anderson says with medication and treatment, she's been able to keep her viral load low, and for now, the virus is not detectable in her system. Live in the newsroom.
Tell me something, my tubies. Does this guy look like someone you would go out on a date with or you would lay up with? This Marcus Price person? Take a look. Does he look like someone you would get involved with? He looks pretty cute to me. You know what I mean?
Wants to get up here and just talk and said, look what's happening. It's for us to get the information so those of us who want to lead a better life and to know that we are our own first line of defense. So this is not going to be a bash video, but we are going to deal with this topic. Let's get into it. Marcus Price, 36 years old, is accused of intentionally infecting a woman with HIV. Police reports say that Price had been HIV positive since December 2010 and that he did not tell that to a woman he first met online. Marcus Price had sex with that woman last March. That woman was hospitalized soon after, where she learned she was HIV positive. Now, I'm going to let you all watch this video clip, and I will be back with the rest of my commentary.
Springfield man is charged with intentionally infecting a woman with HIV. Marcus Price is now in the Greene County Jail. Karen Bright gives us a closer look at this case.
A lot of people are like heartbroken and hurt. A lot of people are confused. He's a cool person. I just would never have imagined that this would be the type of person he was.
This former co-worker of Marcus Price did not want to be identified because she did not have sexual contact with him. She described Price as always early on the job and a good worker who always stayed late, which is why she says the news of his arrest was hard to believe. The 36-year-old was arrested Tuesday on a warrant for knowingly infecting a woman with HIV, along with tampering with a witness. After the infected woman says Price offered to pay her money to not cooperate with his prosecution. Police reports say Price has been HIV positive since at least 2010, and that he didn't tell that to the woman he first met online, then had unprotected sex with last March.
He betrayed a lot of women. Something like that, you're supposed to be cautious about. You're supposed to be very, very discreet or very... No, and he wasn't.
That woman was hospitalized soon after, where she learned she was HIV positive. Detectives say Price initially claimed he didn't know he was positive for the virus at the time of the sexual encounter. But subpoena records confirmed Price had tested positive in Illinois in 2010, again in Greene County in 2016, and also received multiple post-test counseling sessions in 2016 and 2018 in which he would have direct interaction with a health professional. Official documents also confirm medical records indicating that both Price and the woman have tested positive for HIV.
All right, y'all.
Now tell me, my tubies, how evil can these narcissists, actually, these are like psychopaths. It's beyond narcissism. Anytime you want to infect innocent, decent people, well, I don't know how to say decent, but, and I would normally say keep sex within marriage, baby. But even in marriage, you're not safe. I told you how my brother, in one of my previous videos, how he infected my sister-in-law who looked like Beyonce, made Beyonce look like a boy. There was no reason for him to have to keep going to these prostitutes and all of these homeless street whores and probably men for knowing him. Who knows? But my sister-in-law, if you had to live through what I lived through, watching this beautiful woman waste away and wheedle down to damn near nothing, to a point where when she looked in the mirror, you don't even recognize yourself. It was sad. It was sad. All because he couldn't keep his penis where it belongs. So like I'm telling you, if you want to know whether you're going to have a character who is a cheating bastard, please, one of the signs, if they have a wandering eye and they're always lusting and looking at some other person, some other female, honey, put your sneakers on, lace them up, and head for the hills, because that is a cheating bastard. Any man who can't be satisfied with you and just you, it's time for you to bounce, baby. It's time to bounce, my quality queens. And if you are a quality queen, you already know what's up. You already know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's listen in. This is Dawson Dennis, by the way. I love his channel, man. Check him out. Dawson, D-A-W-S-O-N, Dennis. D-E-N-I-S-E. His channel is great when it comes to catching a lot of these pastors, getting out of, with prostitutes. All of these men who are supposed to be elders and ministerial servants, they're getting busted left and right by Dawson Dennis. He's exposing so much of this. So you think I got myself a spiritual man, maybe a man on God's team? Those are not people who are on God's team. Anyway, let's listen in.
How that changed my life when the nurse looked at me and said, "I'm so sick of this." I'll never forget it. That nurse name was Maria. She said, "I'm so sick of these young people coming into this hospital so young, and they come too late and they have AIDS." And she said the churches, these pastors and people, the prayer warriors come in here and they pray and they say we better tell them about abstinence, but we got to teach these people about sex and about their bodies, because all of this waiting is not working. That lady, a Hispanic lady, Maria, told me that. Down here in Miami, I ain't gonna say the hospital because she may still be working there, but that stuff fuels me to do my show, because over here we ain't talking about celebrity stuff, we talking about truth. We talking about truth, because no matter how much you try to live vicariously through Kanye and Kim and Jay-Z and Beyonce and Oprah and Julia Roberts and Garth Brooks and Reba McEntire, your reality gonna knock you down every time. Now let me deal with this. Officials want to hear from anyone who may have slept with 34-year-old Randolph Jericho Smith around or after July 2017.
Now, my tubies, take a look at this guy. This is a pretty handsome guy. This is someone who, if he would have stepped to me, I would talk to him, but I don't believe in sleeping around. I told you, I already did another video. Don't be having sex with anyone before 4 months. And I mean 4 months of courting you, taking you out to dinner, being there. Let's say you got a flat tire. You call them and they're there for you. They are giving you gifts. They're doing you favors. Never sleep with anyone before 4 months. For me, it's 7 months. But I lately, going forward, no, I don't do sex without marriage. I just don't. That's just me. You know, they want to have all this sex, but they don't want to make commitments. That's not my thing. But let's stay on point. Look at this character. That's not a bad looking guy. And most women would probably fall prey to this character. Anyway, let's continue.
Randolph Jericho Smith around or after July 2017. Frederick police arrested Randolph Jericho Smith after obtaining evidence during a 21-month investigation that he actively slept with women knowing he was HIV positive. Police say the investigation began after several women disclosed their belief that Smith infected them with HIV. Authorities tested Smith's blood and determined he was HIV positive. After he was made aware of his status, police said that Smith continued to meet women on dating sites and continued to sleep with them unprotected without disclosing his diet.
Let me pause this for a moment. Where are these men meeting these women? On dating sites. With all of these dating apps that they have out here. Tubies, my Teletubbies, you have to be careful. Okay? Be careful. You sleep with no one before 4 months. You sleep with no one without seeing some paperwork. No, we don't want to hear, oh, but I trusted him. Yeah, based on what, sweetheart? You trust him based on what? No, we need to see some paperwork, or better yet, forget paperwork. Both of you go down to you can even go to the health clinic. It's free. Yeah, they don't even have to worry about taking it. No, you both go get tested together. And you're not going to have it any other way. Okay? There is no exception to this rule. We're going to be tested for HIV. We want to know about gonorrhea, syphilis, herpes, HPV, but they don't have a test for men with HPV. And that's sad because even with the condom, you can catch HPV. And HPV is dangerous for women especially. It creates cancer inside of men too, but it creates cancer inside of your body. And then you're sitting up here wondering, what the hell? What? I never smoked. I eat healthy. I take good care of myself. How the hell did I end up catching this cancer? HPV, you contract that by flesh on flesh, meat on meat, flesh on flesh action. You know how when he's on top of you or you on top of him and you got your flesh pressed up tightly against him, he could be transferring this HPV right to you. So you have got to find a man who has the same moral values that you do. If you are a person who hates cheating, you have to find yourself a man who feels the same way. Okay? Normally, you can't even say marriage anymore. You can't. I'm sorry. Because that's what I promote. Marriage, it belongs, between one man and one woman. That's it. That's all. But we know the day and age that we're living in today. Good luck with that one.
Diagnosis. Deputies say that prior to their own testing, Smith has been aware of his HIV status since 2014. Wow. Now I'm going to let you all watch these videos and I will be back with the rest of my commentary, and you all know me, I won't hold back.
Developing story. A Frederick County man has been arrested for knowingly transferring HIV to multiple partners. Police say Randolph Smith knew he was HIV positive. They allege he used dating websites and apps to find partners for sexual relationships and never disclosed his diagnosis. He is facing multiple counts of assault, reckless endangerment, and knowing transfer of HIV. Frederick police believe there could be more victims out there. If you have any information, you'll need to call police and fill them in.
More women are coming forward tonight in the chilling case of a Frederick man accused of knowingly infecting women with HIV. A grand jury has already indicted 34-year-old Rudolph Smith for allegedly transmitting the AIDS virus to 4 women. Bruce Leshan reports tonight he may soon be charged with infecting even more females.
McLaurin Lane, a beautiful tree-lined street, just like a million other streets in America. But this is the street where Frederick police earlier this week arrested Rudolph Smith and accused him of knowingly infecting 4 women with HIV. Just in the one day since the story broke, several other women have come forward and said that Smith infected them too. Smith allegedly met the women on dating sites like Bumble and the now shut-down site Backpage. Prosecutors tell me the 34-year-old did not warn the women and would insist on unprotected sex, knowing full well he was infected with HIV.
Did you hear that? He's insisting on having unprotected sex. But you have a lot of these slick willies out here. They will put the condom on in front of you and all of this and get on top, or you on top of him. That's what I say. Stay on top, but try to be on top, babe. Put the condom on this clown and this dusty, and I do mean dusty nignog. Put the condom on, and yeah, we're going to do the cowgirl. I'm going to straddle you. And besides, your hips are free to move more freely. It's better for women because that's like a guaranteed orgasm if you're the one on top. I personally, that's my favorite position. Not that we're going to go there. But the point is, be careful. Because doing all this doggy style and you doing all of that, he's slipping the condom off, sweetheart. And you don't even know it. Or he's pinching a hole through the condom and then he's going at it and he's pretending like, oh, the condom broke. The condom broke. Oops. He know he purposely punctured like a hole or broke it a little bit so so you when you're finished you can look and see the condom is still on him, but it looked like it broke. Yeah, right. Like I said, baby, yeah. Never have sex before 4 months and you both go get tested together. Okay? How's that? And just please be careful smoking bud, smoking weed, whatever you call it. I call it dope because you got to be a dope to be smoking that nonsense. You're not a chimney. You're not, smoke inside your body. That in itself tells you that that's harmful. THC sprinkled all on that mess. Whatever. People going to argue that. Yeah, whatever. You're still not a chimney. You can argue until you're blue. It's not going to change the fact. But drinking. Don't be drinking with men like me. I told you I had to give up drinking because it was giving me IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, so I had to let that go. But even when I was drinking, I learned a long time ago, I don't drink with no man who I don't plan on having sex with. I used to drink with my husband, with him, because I was like, yeah, whatever. But going forward now, not a good idea.
One of the alleged victims went to police back in 2017, but it took police and prosecutors almost 2 years to put together enough evidence to indict him. And during those 2 years, almost 2 years, police suspect that several other women may have been infected by Smith, even after police spoke to him and warned him that they were looking into what he was doing. The grand jury has indicted him on 4 counts each of first-degree assault, reckless endangerment, and knowing transfer of HIV. Now, that law dates back to 1989, when many people saw HIV as a death sentence. The virus can be kept at bay with medication now, but the impact on victims is still enormous.
It's true. It may be... you could keep it down and kept at bay. And wait, he said it was started like back in 1989. That's exactly when my sister-in-law had contracted it from my brother. Okay, I don't even like to call him my brother. He was sick and twisted.
And Frederick, Bruce Leshan, double.
Yep. So girls, tubies, be careful. Be careful. Okay, my tubies, it's not just men who are out there trying to infect people, but you have this one female who she has infected already 586 men with HIV, And her plan and her goal is to infect 2,000 more. So she has dreams and she has a goal. Check that out. Okay? Listen up.
Name has been withheld, claims to have infected married men, lecturers, fellow students, and celebrities. Wow. According to the report, her aim was to infect 2,000 men with the virus. Her vengeance was met with horror and much criticism from social media. I bet. Her new goal is to infect at least 2,000 men as part of what she believes. I know I have nothing left to do on earth but wait for my death. Surprisingly, she keeps a list of how many men she has slept with so far and rewarded with HIV. God dang. According to her, she already infected over 586 men and wanted to finish 2016 with the 2,000 mark. She also pointed out that pregnancy is out of the question and will continue to perform unsafe sex since people in her area loves that kind of practice. God damn. Among the 586 men she infected, 318 are students in the same college where she goes to, and others are men from outside worlds such as lecturers, married men, lawyers, some celebrities, and 3 goddamn politicians. In closing, that.
Now, what do you think about that? Tell me this is not cray-cray. And people want to sit up here and say, yeah, you want to have fun? Yeah, you smoke? Yeah, you smoke? Whatever, nigga. I'm like, hi, do you take a bat upside your head? do you know how to you sick, twisted bastards. Do you sex? You want to have fun? How much fun is this? This girl is on a mission. Do you hear me? A mission. Anyway, Teletubbies, Tubies, this is from Chai, CHYD. Anyway, whatever, man. This is crazy. It's crazy out here. Now we got another woman. She's talking about, I'm going to do another video on this in terms of this woman. She says that HIV and the end of my marriage. And you notice how this woman here with this 586 men that she has infected, married men are included in this. Married men. And I would say goody for those no good bastards. But you have the innocent wife that's involved in this. So I can't get too happy with that one because, it's sad. I don't know any wives who wear condoms with their husbands. I know I didn't. And the way that no good bastard, my ex, the way everything he was with was prostitutes and everything he was with these homeless street whores. And these homeless street whores, one female, he said she had boils and she had boils and these like bumps and lumps all on her and all of this nonsense because he was telling me about it. And I was like, what would make you whip your penis out with something like that, man? What's wrong with you? God, I don't understand it, man. I'm just at a loss. Maybe my tubies can help me understand. It's like the Bible says, when we living in the last days, the natural love and affection is going to be gone. This whole world is in the power of Satan, the devil. That's why I'm telling you, find yourself a nice, non-denominational Christian group, people who have the same morals and the same values as you. And how are you going to know that? That takes time. Like I said, 4 months, honey, you ain't going to bed with nobody. You're not even thinking about it. You're not even entertaining that idea. Please. Anyway, this is Sheila True Love, always loving you. I'll be back again with another video, hopefully to help protect you and help to keep you aware, very aware. Until next time, goodbye for now.